Where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program, as we mentioned, inside one power headline stories, we talk to the Assistant Auditor General na Audit Service Salon. We na Mori Lasana, we go talk about audits, then 20 years of service na the country. Once again, good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Musa.
The Audit Service Salon, created through an act of parliament inside 1998, came to force inside 2004. And the Audit Service Salon, an independent body, we get the mandate for audits how people use public fund, promote transparency and accountability. 20 years of audits. Now, the public finance management, waiting at the success, challenge, and waiting next for the service. Make we get Mori Lansana inside the program. Mori, we don't give a little background of Audit Service Salon, but thank you always say a man, a best servant is himself. You can take me through some of the things them now Audit Service Salon waiting will lead to the country for established audit service, and Parliament passed the law inside 1998. We come to force in 2004. We wanna start operation.
Thank you very much, Musa. Fambude for layer talk about audit force. I want to tell Sierra Leoneans and boku thank you. We don't know partners and boku thank you for way they don't give support, because 20 years not to 20 days for layer an institution like this with the talk about today now only through the support. And one of the public office that the work he always talks in the people's own office that one day. You know, turn like any other office. So I want to tell them boku thank you. People then they would on we fets. Where I say fets, then struggle for let it be how it be. Some of them they are alive, some of them not they are alive. The one way they don't die, let God give them good road side and day, let God make them rest in perfect peace. The one way still they are alive, that thank you go for them all. Audit Service Sierra Leone as to the area now today, not to new office. Inside 1962, by an Act of Parliament, Act number 7 of 1962, this not just after independence, one small office they would have been created, what they call the Audit Department. That Audit Department, inside 1991, the Constitution of 1991, a whole chapter did it. Now that same department, the way the 1991 Constitution, when I be Sierra Leone, we own Constitution, that now all they make reference to, they create a whole chapter. We talk about that audit department no more. What do they call the Office of the Auditor General? That chapter then section 119. It get boku subsections inside there. But I will talk about just few of that section 119. One, section 119 subsection 1, it talks say therefore create an office where they call the Office of the Auditor General. And that office will be headed by no less a person but somebody where they call the Auditor General. And they say that person there, the President of the Republic, now for appoint time, where it will be in consultation with the Public Service Commission. There you go, section 119, subsection 2, waiting that person for do, with the head that office. They say if for audit all public institution when an Act of Parliament create an institution the way they receive money either wholly or partly. That is either a government they fully fund the institution or a part money they go there. In any institution where they receive or work for and on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, be it the university, the local government administration, then they say the institution then they for be audited by that Auditor General day. And inside that same provision, they say what they do in work, if you get unlimited access, if you get access to anything what you want. Be it records, be it returns, or be it sites. That is, if you want to go visit any site where you want to go, if you get access to it. When we go down small again, they say when you do that work, they wait if you do. They say the Auditor General inside section 119 subsection 4 before reports to the people of Sierra Leone. Now I make every year when I see that report they come up, what they call Auditor General's annual report. When they do that in work, inside section 119 subsection 6, the Constitution say enough for they under the direction of anybody. So with that Auditor General they undertake their work, then they enough for they under the direction of anybody. That's what the Constitution say. Now for let that person they do that kind of work there, that person they for they away small. If for they somewhere we insert a comfort zone for this small. Prior to the Audit Service Act in Can 1, this office now be part of the civil service. Meaning they will recruit Musa today. inside the civil service, then they post them. They say go work in an audit department, and so that department they been there. But when you look at that department, they work where in the other countries then, like when you go Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, America, Britain, how do they do their work? If for be specialized people then, with that career, then a career path, if for really be specialized people, they work for the day. They say, you know what, for law will not interfere, that constitutional provision, will they work with this policy they do? Because under the civil service, you know the letter where they are directed, under the civil service. So they say, let us pull them outside the civil service. So inside 1998, the BC and think say, let us put this office outside the civil service. But it will still remain a public office. So why? Because it they work for and on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. So instead answerable, people that go question there instead answerable to the people of Sierra Leone. So in 1998, they create an act called Audit Service Act of 1998, we pull that particular office there outside the civil service, but it still remain a public office. What are the goodies that were inside the 1998 Act? One, instead of the public service be the recruit personnel of the audit department, inside the audit service now, the Act make provision for let a board be created, where the board will be appointed by the president. With that board there, with the exception of the appointment of the Auditor General, when the president a your responsibility that one day, but all other staff there, including me, you don't hire. That board, now they hire, now they determines the terms and conditions of service, and when you do something, we not fine at all, based on the work or the service they do, and based on the terms and conditions where the board don't set, they go say, your service don't do go. So now they hire and fire, as the case may be. Now, inside that act, there, beaucoup provision that they will come with regards the powers of the Auditor General. But the 1998 Act will come, government began for don't say, okay, we don't the Audit Service Act of 1998. Let us put the structures then together now. So they begin look at personnel, they will go the capacity of the personnel, the how it will be built up, waiting at the other resources so they go need. So they left for mega agreement they take between 1998. Inside August 2004, the audit service so they actually begin the operation now way outside the civil service. Where it really come on now, we get the first Auditor General, way not to public service we not to civil service it can't sit down there now. Then all of the recruitment they now tell we self don't come into being now. Now so it be where audit service actually begin operate now inside 2004.
So from the transition from 1998 to 2004, officially now I begin to audit work proper.
No, audit work will still go on.
Okay.
Audit work will still go on normal based on the mandate of the audit department and the Auditor General. It will still do in work what it do. But the good thing what happened when it came in 2004 was that the audit landscape changed.
From waiting to waiting.
Waiting at the changes that will take place now. One, even central government before 2004 for will be able to get a structured account where government they produce na be problem. Records management now this country all will be a witness even though it improved now but na be problem. Structures then internal control systems and within ministries, department and agencies there na be problem. Remember something that days and the way we come waiting the story that they tell you they say some people the voucher gate will be there about 30 day they will come. So systems we are not there. We robust enough for guide we economy as a small country called Sierra Leone. So when the audit service come into being, like that backlog them all they begin. I remember 2004 when audit service come, the first exercise will begin take. So until the scope of audit, they go as far back as 20, 15, 20 years backlog where audit exercise not be done, they take place yet into various institutions then. So the backlogs and they been there. So the backlogs and they will be get for declare them. Two. But which systems of audit not be there? Now one regularity no more. Oh, can I no more will be no of one regularity audit? You just go bring voucher them. In fact, those days where somebody there about auditors there, who be the go now and say, oh, they about auditors. People that they hide, they shiver. So many even the awareness much of how waiting at the value audit they give to institutions they not be there. So when audit service come, they backlog the day, they try for clear them first, and it not be easy because something where somebody we don't use to over years for after independence. Only for like in 2004 you get for transform that thing and that thing they wanna be issue. Internal control systems inside various institutions like internal auditor they talk about. It not been there. I remember the consultant been there in the Ministry of Finance where they be hire for let try put up internal audit unit together. Where today we talk of internal audit unit today where it don't exist. So where audit service become now the challenges that they been there at that time then they staff personnel they not be reach 100. audit coverage na Sierra Leone e no be boku. Even the ministries na Freetown, just Freetown institutions wey sit down na Freetown, it was difficult for audit to look at all of them. Then the provinces dem dey like as state member wey dey send staff dem na Abo, staff dem be dey comot here for go audit na Makeni because even the structure office space sef no be dey. Staff dem na Abo Kenema, dem no dey able done for audit the schools or institutions dem wey dey inside Kenema town, then the year done. So that thing dem na be challenge. But when audit service come into being, then wetin happen? Because the laxity bin dey, the power bin dey to the board for hire and fire, and you know the caliber of people that we want, staff strength begin increase gradually. Audit coverage will begin cover, the backlog they will begin clear there at all. So then also give visibility to hearings of the Auditor General's reports. They will begin submit report to Parliament.
We can look at challenges, successes, and the way forward. But make we look at one thing where you don't emphasize since the start. Now, independent body, and that's according to the 1998 Act, we come to force in 2004. But if you go be independent, that means if now government they pay you or now government they take care of you, you get for work as government person. Being an independent organization, for listeners and viewers, would they pay audit service salon will command them, and how do they recruit now audit service salon?
So I will begin with the first one, payment of salaries. Like any public institution as Sierra Leone, na Ministry of Finance, same government cover, same post, now they would get money like any other public office na Sierra Leone. So that now establishment of parliament, so now any other public office. It not mean say we not get support from other donor partners. But the support where they come, the direct budgetary support now from government of Sierra Leone, Ministry of Finance. With operational independence, now the constitution stress on. Then I will talk about the financial independence, how far we don't go when I come to the Audit Service Amendment Act, we don't get now as I progress.
Okay.
But the Constitution 1991, it make it very clear now a public office and all resources for operator office they come out from government of Sierra Leone cover. Number two, how they recruit. When the provision they for level get staff based on various capacities and audit techniques, I get for talk about that type of audit that they along in the process. We they advertise. So the board, you sit down with the board meet, the need they first management they see the need that they need shares and share staff. Then they can communicate to the board. The board go now instruct for they put out adverts. They can put out adverts. People that they apply, people that go take exams, people that after they don't take the exams, they mark the exams. Then they invite people there for another stage, not one exam, because they go take that entrance exam first. Where you can first the shortlist, they will take a step by step. Where they don't advertise, they get for shortlist based on the requirement in the advert. When they are the way they don't shortlist, they get for they take exam. When you take the exam, if you're successful based on the threshold they could not set for pass mark, then you go to another phase of checking other thing the requirement the way all the service go set. Once you go through all the stage and they can shortlist you out for interview. The board will interview you. If you are successful, they will communicate to you, say you are successful. Then you come, they give you letter, you agree on now, you accept, you come, you don't just come and start to work. When you come, you get a training unit where they take you through rigorous orientations, not to just one day, 2 days, or take it in our office. I remember 2004 when they take all this stuff. We were there from 2004, just capacity building because young people just coming in till December, just focusing on the legal regulatory framework and how audit process will go. So today, Sef Musa, if you are successful, you can audit. We train you as auditor. You forget about journalism, then you become auditor.
So in line journalism work.
In line with the recruitment we just talked about, with all the rigid measure or step here, so how now also they instill into the one they wanna they employ for say this work based on professionalism and integrity. They not forget issue of compromising, or if they know say they go inspect this particular office, not in other way for make somebody compromise that or get a heads up to somebody other institution there.
We get a rigorous system in the audit process. We get what we call code of ethics. The profession of itself, we go to the auditing standard. So when you come first, now a club, now association, where you join and first, within are the guiding principles, now the first requirement. Once we don't take you, that guiding principles then are number one first. You for try know those guiding principles around integrity. Now, but we get a rigorous code of ethics for every assignment we do. For example, besides getting to the code of the rigorous force for the assignment, even with terms and conditions, employees' terms and conditions, that handbook where they give you, those provisions are there. This you not begin working to where they don't take you as employee, that first entrance handbook where they give you, they say this na your handbook, this na they guide you into this, these are the do's and the don'ts. Those things are clearly spelled there. But let's come to the audit proper now. We want to do an assignment. For example, I want to do 98.1. They want to send me na 98.1. They know they just grab, they say last time I go na 98.1. Management is done when they don't identify that audit, then the first requirement is check the competencies first. Within the work of 98.1. Would that the personnel they will get where we can handle 98.1. Once you identify them, they will give the what they call the code of ethics requirement. Now the first thing that one day, what did that requirement day for? Now for let you able to declare if any interest day, you sabi somebody here will go make it impede or you will go affect your work and all that has to be known to management. Then they therefore be filled, completed, supervisors then check them properly. Once they are satisfied that yes, it is declared that nothing or nothing they will go impede, then no problem about it. Then if you will come, the inception meeting will come, will they make a known to the client as well? Because it's equally so, not only one way, in as much as we staff the way they come, we they instill that in them, but we also make a known to you, the client who they come meet you, that on no account, these are the requirements, then these are the things then we govern the staff the way they work now. In case in case that person they mistake, whether by one reason or the other, a jump outside, you the client for no, and we want thanks to the client that they're very much aware of that one day in the course of the job that they do. In instances where even a staff something it look a client way safe way enough fine against the requirement of the job.
Those kind way exactly.
Well, now what normal they talk? Well, no, what normal they talk?
So now never get a situation where una go inspect some site financially, then somebody among una staff they will no person at that kind of institution. They, I mean, unaware to the person for say, I know say this person they work here, maybe not even know. Well,
in the process, assuming we the can now, then at the planning, we do that or at the pre-planning and planning stage, that form is filled. It is embedded throughout the process, so not to one go no more. Assuming I not be no say Musa, they are not Sabi Musa at the time where they come. But in the where I don't enter along the line, I know say Musa is now there and Musa is strategically placed. Where I know say along the line with the work what they do, Musa go able influence and nothing stops me for declaring back to my supervisor. And they make a note to my supervisor again. So the form it did in the audit process before, during, and even after. So you see how the process they go. So before we they fill them for all staff, during the audit process you they fill them, and even after. You know why would they do all of these things? Because the audit they go through very rigorous quality assurance supervision day. In the event that you're not able to declare that to me as a supervisor or to another supervisor, then it can to the attention. Then those are the requirements where the inside the do's and the don'ts.
But what if the person able influence on a staff in any
no.
way?
In fact, there are instances where I will go to an institution, even though I sabi Musa, but Musa is not strategically placed in the management of that institution. Therefore, influence anything there. I will declare him, but Musa is not strategically placed. So it left to management now for decide as to whether Musa for still continue for go do that with day or not. Me when see that I don't face with that instance. I declare something where somebody dey na institution where they go audit, but that particular audit day, even though the person be there, it not be get any influence there. That's number one. Number two, we can go with the team day. Sometimes that person day is very needed in that audit day. But what you go do, the system where sometimes Musa they handle, the portfolio where Musa responsible or accountable for, then arrangement in day where sometimes if at all other alternative not there, they say no, this person have to go into that institution there. Then that particular portfolio the way Musa they handle, that person they not go able to handle, it can go to another end for one.
Would they can look at audit process more, but not look at independent of the audit service salon. You make mention of the recruitment process. What about the auditor general and deputy auditor generals? Would they recruit them or would they appoint them?
As I talk, apart from the auditor general, the board now they hire and set the terms and conditions of from deputy auditor general till go down to the list staff we go member inside.
What about the auditor general?
Now the president, the constitution is very clear about that.
Okay, continue for the with that na more answer na the assistant auditor general and audit service salon. We so far don't take we through how audit service salon come for established transition and changes that we don't happen so far. Inside the program later you go talk about the steps on the follow for the institution and be more transparent and accountable. The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and now inside the program na 10 follow take a break.
Do you know you can transfer money